Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Richie with Raw Tactics, and today we're ditching the gun belt and we're going concealed. Not only are we going concealed, but we are going with smaller guns. We're going to be comparing a couple 380s, the Bodyguard 2.0 and the Glock 42. Both can be concealed. I keep my Bodyguard 2.0 in a pocket carry there. Probably didn't even know that was there, did ya? Or the Glock 42 in an appendix carry right there. So out of these two 380s, which one do we like the best and which one do we recommend for you? All right, first we're gonna talk about the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. What I love about this gun is the size. It is super slim, super compact for a 380. Really, really good. The width of it is just about the width of any type of iPhone that you have. So when it's sitting in your pocket, it's really not even that noticeable when it's in your pocket. It's so small, so discreet, unless someone's really looking at you. The printing isn't that bad. Of course, it also depends on what type of clothing you're wearing as well. Another thing that I like about this is the magazine, okay? This gun, standard, holds 12 plus one of the chambers, so 13 rounds for this little 380. 13 rounds of 380 ammunition. And when I'm talking about ammunition, I'm talking about ammunition from Hot Munitions, the 95 grain 380s, okay? When you go to their website, use discount code RA5, save yourself a little bit of money. Another thing that I love about this gun, about the size, is the trigger pull. I already know that based off of little guns, trigger pulls usually are rough, they're gritty, they're just a pain in the butt all around. But this trigger pull is super, super smooth all around. Super smooth all around. You got the nice horseshoe rear sights, already illuminated, orange front sight. This gun is really, really good. Super cheap as well. A great compact gun, at least from holding it, dry firing it, and the round capacity. Super, super good so far. But let's see how it stands up when we start talking about our Glock 42. All right, so when I'm using the Bodyguard 2.0, I'm using the holster from QVO Tactical. I'm using their pocket holster with a little bit of the clip on the end so it catches on your pants when you're pulling it out. I have no affiliation with them. I just know a good product when I see it. Bought this holster from them and it works really, really well for that pocket carry. Anytime you're using a holster, doing a pocket carry, anything like that, just make sure you have some sort of solid Kydex and make sure you have something that's covering the trigger and the trigger guard, just in case anything hops in there. We don't want yourself accidentally having a boo-boo on your leg or anything else when it comes to that. So that pocket carry there is great. What's great about this is, like I said, when I'm holding onto the gun in my pocket, as I'm pulling the gun out and back at an angle, that hook clips on the pants and the gun comes straight out, which I really, really love about that holster. So enough about the holster. You guys can check that out if you want. I don't care. Let's talk about the gun. Let's see how this thing shoots, okay? I'm just gonna shoot a couple rounds. We're gonna put some rounds on target with the timer. See how I work from about 5 yards into the A zone of our Raw Tactics target. All right, so super nice, super clean. Like I said, that trigger on the gun itself is really, really clean. It's really crisp, it's really smooth, especially for a small gun. Especially at 5 yards, firing, when you're getting a grouping, iron sight, smaller gun, you know, within the rule of thumb there, you know, I can be really, really happy with that. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna put it on the timer. Let's just see, you know, delivering just, you know, 2 rounds on target on the timer. Let's see what we can do there, putting some groups together in the A zone from 5 yards with this Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. All right, what was that time? 159, 2 shots, hands already on the gun. Shots start spreading out just a little bit, putting a little bit of stress on it, but no problem there, still within the A zone. Let's do it again. Hands already in the pocket, that's great. It's like cheating, your hands already on the gun in your pocket. No one knows any difference, you don't care. Let's do the same thing. All right. 155. I did push that first one a little bit left there. That's just me not getting my left hand on the gun a little bit sooner. Let's do it one more time. All right. 139. All right, same thing. First one just pushed a little high left there. Second one getting in there. Just my left hand getting on the gun, smaller gun, a little bit harder to shoot. Just a reason, not necessarily an excuse when it comes to that. But overall, I like the way this thing works. I like the way it feels. Okay, let's do a couple more rounds onto it. and we're good to go from there. So far, Bodyguard 2.0, I'm extremely impressed. All right, we shot the Bodyguard 2.0. Now let's go to the Glock 42. Same size, a little bit wider when it comes to the width of the slider, whatnot. But when it comes to the size overall, the Bodyguard is a tad bit smaller, easier for concealment. But let's see how it shoots otherwise. So we know that Bodyguard shoots really good. So let's just put that back in there, okay? And when it comes to our Glock 42 380, everything's good to go. The grip is just a little bit smaller compared to the Bodyguard. That's without the extended magazine that we can put inside of it. But overall, when we talk about this trigger is rougher, it's heavier, it's grittier, okay? Rougher, heavy, grittier. Rougher, heavier, grittier. I don't know, it's not as smooth. Doesn't mean it's not a good gun, it's just not as smooth when I manipulate that trigger. The feel in the hand feels all right. When I put the magazine in there with the magazine extension, it feels a little bit better, okay? And why does that matter when it comes to compact guns? It's if I can put my pinky of my support hand on the gun, that's what helps recoil control. It's not your thumb, it's not anything like that. The pinkies are what help that recoil control. If I can get my pinkies on the gun, that is what helps out there. Other than that, this Glock 42, I'm carrying it in an appendix carry here. And let's shoot it and let's see how it feels compared to what I do with the Bodyguard 2.0. All right, we're 5 yards away from the target. I'm gonna be drawing from concealed from the appendix carry, and I'm gonna be doing a couple rounds on target. Then we'll put it on the timer and see how we do compared to the Bodyguard. I really don't care about times or anything like that. I'm just going off of feel, accuracy, so on and so forth. So far with this gun, since it is a tad bit bigger, I do feel, weirdly enough, that I have a little bit more control with this Glock. It has a little bit more snappiness to it. Same ammunition, the 95 grain 380 from Hot Munitions. But just shooting it just feels more like I'm shooting a bigger gun. I don't know why, could just be because it's a little bit bigger frame, a little bit wider, so on and so forth. But overall, I would say the shooting feel of it is better than the Bodyguard right now. So let's put it on the timer. 2 shots on the timer there. Yep. .149. And I'm probably going to run out of bullets here because I forgot to say the Glock 42, this thing has 6 plus 1. So I got 2 rounds left. 6 plus 1, that is a major con of this compared to the Bodyguard is 13, 7. I'm gonna go with the 13 most likely. But let's do these last 2 rounds and see how we go. .156. All right, so all my shots were good. Like I said, the gun just feels like it shoots better. Pros and cons. Pro of the Bodyguard, I like that it's slimmer. I like that I can keep it in my pocket. I like that it holds 13 rounds total. Con, I don't feel that it shoots as good as the Glock 42. Pro of the Glock 42 shoots a little bit better, feels like a bigger gun. Con, it is a little bit bigger than the Bodyguard, only holds 7 rounds. So when we balance the two, I'm probably honestly taking the Bodyguard just because of the round count there, 13 rounds versus the 7. When you get out past distance, I mean, if you're usually shooting a 380 or anything compact like that, if you're going past 7, even 10 yards, shooting a compact gun probably isn't going to be your friend shooting at distance, these small guns. But up close and personal in that range for self-defense, both these guns are phenomenal. I urge you to check them out. Tell me what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website. If you want to host a class, check out that tab. Send us an email, private message, DM, PM. I don't give a whatever you're supposed to say. Can't curse on YouTube, okay? So, but hit us up, tell us what you think. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later.